Shalom. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakwadash, and double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone, and salutations to the elect. And my name, the lesson on this video is our forefathers have already experienced spiritual power, and the reason why I'm making this is because we watched the Apostle Hard lesson the other day, and he basically was going into spiritual power. He was motivated to make that lesson by watching the Superman movie, and people laugh about power, but that's one of the pleasures of life for an Israelite man that serves Yahweh, is to have power. And our forefathers have experienced that already, and it's nothing new. And some people believe that it's allegories. Some people believe that Moses really didn't part the Red Sea. Some people really believe that the plagues of Egypt didn't really happen. So when we say that the Lord is going to give his men spiritual power, that's not a new thing in the earth. Power isn't a new thing in the earth. Okay? The Most High can give men power. Spiritual power. Extraordinary strength. Extraordinary speed. Focus. Fighting ability. And some of these things our forefathers had, and they used it to subdue their enemies. Okay, I just thought about Moses real quick. They say when Moses died at 120 years old, he was still in his strength. He wasn't old and wrinkly. He still had vigor. So power is, people try to put the Lord in a box, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, in a box. When Yahweh's son, Yahweh Shai, when he walked the earth, he had power. He literally had power. Okay, so, when people, and it's not for the non-believers. We don't give a shit about the people that don't believe. But here's the thing, man. We put a lot of emphasis on power, and when we speak about it, it's kind of like no, the Lord is really going to give us power. Let me read this in 2 Samuel 22. I'm going to refer back to King David and his men. Psalms 2 Samuel chapter 22, verse 32. For who is the Most High? Save Yahweh. And who is a rock save our power? The Most High is my strength and power, and he maketh my way perfect. So King David is acknowledging that the Most High is his strength. That's where his power comes from. That's his power source. Our power source is Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. And guess what? Yahweh is immortal. He has limitless power. So if your dad, our dad, our father, when we say the Lord's Prayer, our Father, which art in heaven, God is our dad, because you are a spirit before you are human flesh. You had a spiritual dad before you had a physical dad. I think some people get that misconstrued. God, Yahweh, is the father of the Israelites. And he has all power. So if your dad, I remember, the brother Monatazak from San Francisco made a video like that. He said, say if your dad, is the Most High, then what? You know what I'm saying? You got to think about this, man. You got to think about this. God is our dad. So you don't think dad is going to give us power to subdue our enemies in this time? In the worst times ever? The Lord just going to let us get mowed down when this cracker got fucking nuclear missiles and direct energy weapons in the sky pointing down at people. Microwave guns and shit. robot dogs, super soldiers. Come on, man. We can go on and on with this, man. And this is proven. This is not nothing. I'm just, I'm just not saying this. These are things that are actually that this man, the bloody man, Esau Edom has. Okay. So you don't think that your dad is just gonna let you die here in America? He's just gonna, it's all over. No, man. The Lord is gonna do what he did before. He's gonna give certain men super extraordinary power, super strength, super speed, the ability to fight. Well, I'm not talking about fighting one-on-one, no damn karate shit. Not taking away from brothers, that train. No, we're not talking about that type of. We're talking about power that can take out thousands and thousands of thousands of enemies. That's the type of power that the Lord is going to give us. It's not going to be we're talking about some Incredible Hulk shit. And people think that what we're saying is far-fetched. Okay. Verse 34, he maketh my feet like hinds feet. He's telling, King David is letting us know. The Lord made me a hinds feet is hinds run fast. Think of a deer when something's chasing it. And he setteth me upon high places. He teacheth my hands to war, so that a bow of steel is broken by mine arms. This is the type of power that the Lord is going to give his men. And guess what? We already read our forefathers. They already had power. This is not a foreign concept. The disciples had power. Didn't the disciple ask the Lord? One of the disciples asked the Lord, hey, you want us to rain fire down from heaven like Elijah did? And the Lord rebuked him. He said, no. The Son of Man came to save lives, not take them. So if a man is asking Yahweh Shai, do you want us to rain? Matter of fact, let me get that account. Let's see. Let me find that account. Luke 9:54. It says, Luke 9:52, and sent messengers before his face, and they went and entered into a village of the Samaritans to make ready for him. And they did not receive him, because his face was as though he would go to Jerusalem. And when his disciples James and John saw this, they said, Lord, wilt thou that we command fire to come down from heaven and consume them, even as Elias did? But he turned and rebuked them and said, ye know not what manner of spirit ye are of. For the Son of Man is come not to destroy man's life, but to save them. And they went to another village. Okay, so Luke, this is what the disciples said. Luke 9:54. Now let's get this. Let's get Luke 9:54 in the NLT. It says, when James and John saw this, they said to Yahweh Shai, Lord, should we call down fire from heaven to burn them up? Now, how in the world are they going to do this without spiritual powers? How? This power, I'm going to name this lesson, power is not, this is not a foreign concept. This is not something that has never been done. This is always, when you read the Bible, when you read these stories, when you read about our forefathers, the tribes of Jacob, this is something that happens over and over again. It's a pattern that a group of men, okay, the Lord gave them power. All right, so let me go back to what I was. Song, 2 Samuel. Okay. All right, and one of the reasons why you're going to get power is to protect yourself, okay, and to tread on the enemies, to tread down on Esau, Edom, and the heathens, to protect the elect. Of course, the angels are going to be there as well. 2 Samuel 22 and 40, NLT, you have armed me with strength for the battle. You have subdued my enemies under my feet. You placed my foot on their necks. I have destroyed all who hated me. All right. Verse 43, I ground them as fine as the dust of the earth. I trampled them in the gutter like dirt. You gave me victory over my accusers. Who's the accuser of thy brethren in these latter times? Esau, Edom. You preserved me as the ruler over nations. People I don't even know serve me. All right. So, and then in the next chapter, what does it say? It goes into the mighty men. Okay. And some scholars don't believe that these men had power. But I believe these men, the Lord gave them, these men, a download. I believe these men were super soldiers before, not AI enhanced people. The Lord put the spirit in these men and gave these men fighting ability that men on earth could not deal with. Okay, so when I say super soldier, I mean a righteous super soldier, not enhanced with Esau's technology. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm talking about from the spirit. From the spirit that the Lord gave these men a download to be able to kill all, and subdue their enemies. 2 Samuel 23 and 8. These be the names of the men, of the mighty men who David had. The Tachmonite that sat in the seat, chief among the captains. The same was Adino, the Esnite. He lifted up his spear against 800, whom he slew at one time. Okay, it says in the NLT, he once used his spear to kill 800 enemy warriors in a single battle. How in the hell can you kill 800 men in a single battle if you don't have power? How? I don't give a damn if you were 7 feet tall and could run like LeBron James and jump. How the hell can you kill 800 men? Let alone if you get into a fight with one man, you're fucking out of breath. Shit, too, if you getting jumped. Okay, so think about this, man. We got to think about these things. Think about it. Okay, and I'm fully persuaded. I'm fully persuaded. All right, I'm fully persuaded that the Lord is going to give certain of his men power. Because we're going to need it. Oh, you're going to need that power. Some of you brothers and sisters are going to need some help. And the sisters, if you are a elect lady, the Lord is going to, trust me, the elect have to be here on earth. The Lord going to send somebody to come and protect you. Okay, so this is the type of power that when you know, supernatural strength, okay, not only power, I'm just focusing on the war part, but also healing. Okay, the healing powers. Okay, Yahushua took the cake on that. Healing power. Okay. So these men, okay, the Lord gave these men a download. The Lord gave these men power to subdue their enemies. Okay, because in the ancient world, shit, if you was a man and you lost the war, the men would be put to death. You know, some men, they would be put to death, and the women and the children, would become slaves and concubines. So in the ancient world, shit, it was do or die. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, you know, in the scriptures, you had the royals. Some of them would, you know, be captive. All right, they would be captive, and some of them wouldn't get slaughtered off. Okay, but the Lord raised up David and his men, okay, to subdue their enemies in that time because Saul disobeyed. This was supposed to be Saul's job. All right, but the Lord gave David this download. He gave his men that download. All right, and power will come back to the earth, to the Israelite man, elect man. The Lord is going to give his elect men power. We're going to get that power again. You're going to feel that power rushing through your veins. And you're going to know how to judge. You're not just going to go around just doing whatever the hell you want. No, you're going to be a judge. The Lord is going to allow you to be a judge, to judge righteous judgment. Okay, and guess what? Our forefathers had that same power. The ability to distinguish and to execute vengeance upon whoever was needed. That power will be given back to the Israelite man, the elect man, a man of the 144,000. So people can laugh all they want, and a lot of camps don't talk about this power. All right, people think that these men were, you know, fucking, you know, we all just stand across from each other, and then we just rushed into each other, and then 800 people. Nah, man, these men were supernatural men. 800 in a single battle? All right. So the scriptures speak about David slaying his thousands. I mean, Saul slaying his thousands. David slaying his tens of thousands. David was a mighty warrior, man. All right. So, hey, this ain't nothing new, man. This is nothing new. All it is we're just here in America with iPhones. Don't get it twisted. And we're just in captivity. All right. We're gonna get that power again. We're gonna get that power. Hey, and I'm gonna pull up Apostle Tahar right now. And you know what? The women, Isaiah 4:1 coming. Okay, because women love power. All right, they're attracted to power. Isaiah 4:1 too is coming. So with that, Lord willing was edifying. Shalom.